Hello, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Today, I'm back with one of the exciting sessions that I had with one of my student. Okay, Deepak, and he helped basically is going to share his journey about clearing FRM level 1 in January 2021 in the first attempt. So he was able to clear it in the first attempt. So this session, the aim of this session is to guide the students who are going to be going for the future exams of FRM, so that they can learn something from the experience of the past students and get the confidence and get the motivation to go for the exam. Now, first of all, thank you very much, Deepak, for joining in and putting your time and effort to help and make this thing entire thing possible. Okay, so we thank you very much for that, and also for the benefit of the audience, if you can give us a brief about yourself, what were you doing before you started the preparation for FRM?
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining me for this particular session. And before doing FRM, I was just a bank employee. Over there, I was working in a treasury department
Mhm.
where it's like forwards and derivative type of a thing. And before giving this particular exam or before knowing this particular exam, I wasn't known anything about this FRM thing. And in terms of education, I have done BCom and PG, and it's like that. And after that, one of my friend came to me with this particular course, and after that, I thought that I should go for this particular thing,
Mhm.
and then I looked into it, and
And
then I met you.
okay, okay, great. And so when you started the journey, so what was your intention of doing the FRM? Is it growth in the
Basi-
job, or what was that basically?
Basically, earlier when I get employment in this particular bank, and
Mhm.
over there I started this particular thing because in bank what happens, they just transfer you in some departments and then you will learn about those things. So
Right.
it's like that. So when I started doing all those things which I was doing in my bank, in treasury products and all those things, then I started to think that I should pursue my career in this particular department and this particular way itself. So there was one of my friend who already an FRM, and I discussed with
Mhm.
him that what is the course and how to do it and what is all these things. And he
Right.
guided me well, and he told me that there is a sir, and it's like he just gave me the reference, and after
Okay.
that I approached to you, and
Mhm.
it's like I see,
Okay.
and after that I started the preparation of all these things, FRM and all. It was just like I just thought about it and I approached about it.
Okay. Okay. So basically, also, and you, since you started working in that department, you realize, okay, whatever I'm seeing on a day-to-day basis, I need to get some detail understanding about that. So you thought, okay, I'll go for a particular course to go for the exam, right?
Yeah, and for the growth perspective as well.
Perfect. Perfect. Now, when you started the preparation, so you were planning to go for November 2020 exam, and again that got postponed to January. You appeared and you cleared.
Yeah.
So for the November, when did you roughly started your preparation?
Roughly, if I would like to say, at first I started my preparation in March 2020, and after
Mhm.
that, but I didn't started at that peak level, which
Mhm.
actually I started approximately end of April. I started at the very utmost level, which it's like I was doing study throughout. It's like whenever I got the time, I was just studying. It's like that,
Right.
and it is somehow like that.
Okay. Basically, so you started proper preparation. You started by the first week of May or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you started, you picked up the book. You must have seen the curriculum a slightly. Were there any particular topic which you thought, okay, this is going to be tough for me because I've never heard about this, never read about this, or were there any topic which you thought, okay, this will be easy? What was your thought?
Basically, when I started the curriculum entirely in March, at that time when I was studying book three, means
Okay.
I have gone through all the books, and it's like when I was studying book three and book four, it was like totally out of the bond. Means it's like I haven't heard about all these type of things, which was sounding very great to me. That it's all things are very good and all because I
Right.
hadn't heard about these forwards and derivative things, and means on job I was doing that, but it's like studying it very deeply and thoroughly what all these things are very good for me. So it was like they were tough, but it was
Mhm.
like I was totally enthusiastic towards it that I have to
Okay.
learn it and
Okay.
it's very good. So it's like I didn't feel any tough in any kind of chapter, any toughness, or it's this chapter is tough, this chapter is not, because basically
Mhm.
I'm from math background. So I didn't feel any toughness in like book two as well. Book two was very easy for me, And yeah, book one was very theoretical, so it's like theory is my weakest point. So it's like that. Other than that, book three and book four is concept wise. So concept was very those books I liked it.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Now you referred the Swagger book for your preparation, and you solved our question
Yeah.
bank for the same. Now when you prepared, so any particular order of books that you used that you thought, okay, I will go along with that.
Basically, according to your preparation method, according to the way you taught us how
Mhm.
to prepare for the curriculum and how to approach the exam, you taught us between several books about it's like first you have to read the CAPM and then you have to go to the VAR and all these
Mhm.
jumping between the books. The way you taught us, the way I read it, it's not like I did that. It's
Okay,
like that.
okay, because I walked you to the connected concepts, and then it was
Yeah,
not entirely book one, book two, book three primarily. Yes, and
yeah. The same way I did the revision part.
okay, okay, and when you were preparing, okay, so like you said, calculation was a good part. You said the problem was with theory, you felt. Okay, so how did you tackle that problem? Any
By
strategy that you used?
revising twice or thrice.
Okay,
Just revising and revising. It's like I had read book one and the financial disaster chapter, at least that financial disaster chapter I had read it's like 4 to 5 times just to
okay,
remember all those things. And that book one I had read 2 to 3 times at least.
okay, okay. So basically you use a
Because
strategy that I'll read it constantly, so that the theory, at least concept, becomes easy for me to go ahead.
yeah,
Now in terms of the solving, okay, what was the solving, or for example preparation, what was the daily time commitment that you had given from May on an average?
from May it was like approximately I was giving 3 to 4 hours every day, and in weekends it was like 7 to 8 hours,
Okay, so
not more than that.
you got into hardcore solving and preparation part.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
As
and
because I did this particular preparation in this particular manner because I heard from a lot of people that the FRM is a tough course and it's like it's not easy to crack it. So that's why I thought that I should give my entire effort so that it's like my money didn't got waste, and it's like it's growth
right,
type
right.
of a thing. Now I could not waste any number of amount of time and all these things. And it's a very
Opportunity
good
cost was
opportunity
yours.
in this
Mhm.
corona period. We have got a very good opportunity just to work in home and as well as study by the meantime.
Right, right, right. I totally agree with it. And with respect to the uh, last 1 month of your preparation, okay, was there any particular strategy that you used? Okay, when till when ideally you would completed with the reading of all the chapters and solving of the chapter wise questions? Any idea?
Basically, I completed it by October, and it was very tough for me. Means I had completed my entire reading once,
Hmm.
and thoroughly, if you would say that I'm ready for the examination before the those mock tests and all those things. I was
Hmm.
approximately ready by October, and it was like, but at that particular moment, the exam got postponed. So
Hmm.
it's like I just felt relieved that yeah,
You're
I
getting
was
some
late,
extra
but
time.
now I have the time.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Yeah,
basically, delayed helped you a lot because you got some buffer time to do your revision now and to prepare for the same.
yeah,
Right now, apart from
yeah.
that, when you were solving the sums, okay, did you found calculator tough, using of calculator, or the calculation
No,
part tough? No, right? Okay,
no.
the reason I'm asking you this, because a lot of students have the fear that calculation is heavy, and when you have given the exam, so the exam is primarily now coming more of theory, right? So they are testing your understanding rather than the ability to solve questions fast. So I think so that part will primarily be a good takeaway for the students also, that do not get afraid, because there is a huge calculation driven part, even if you come from a maths background or not. Now let us go towards the exam date. Now when you went for the exam, out of 100 questions in 4 hours, were you able to solve everything in that 4 hours? That means proper solving. I'm not talking
Uh,
about taking, proper solving.
the number of amount of questions which I got means it's like I read the question, I got it, and I just ticked it. It was like that approximately 90 to 85 to 90 question I was able to solve properly. That yeah, I know about it, and it's like among in those questions also there was like hunch of a thing, but it was like I was able to solve 85 to 90 questions within 4 hours. It's like 3 hours,
Mhm.
30 minutes or 40 minutes. I was able to complete this much. And the lefted questions was 15 questions, 15 to 10 questions. I was left at the last 10 to 20 minutes. So it was
Okay.
like I just do tick, tick, tick.
Okay. So you tried to do some calculated guess, but there was no time as such at the end also. And
Yeah,
but 85 to 90 questions you were able to solve properly.
yeah.
And so out of the total questions, how many questions were theory in terms of number, rough number, and how many were actually calculations?
Uh, it was like 60 40, you would say 60 theory and 40 calculations.
Okay.
Because the questions were jumbled between theory as well as calculation. The entire thing
Right.
was theory, but numbers are included into that. So you have to calculate and you have to use your theoretical assumptions as well. It was like
Right.
that. Some questions were like that.
Right. Perfect. Now, in terms of the calculation part, what was your thought process when you tried solving it? Did you found that okay, these questions were there? I mean, in terms of the difficulty level of the
Yeah.
question, whichever that 30 question, what was your thought process?
Basically, there was a question. It's like in the GAP 2020, they have
Mhm.
the GAP sample paper which GAP provides. There was a question of this a particular chapter in that particular one, that mortgage chapter. There was a
Mhm.
similar question which came into the examination. So it was like GAP sample which they have provided. It was like
Right.
1 to 2 questions or 3 numerical questions were exactly like there with some difference in that. It's like you got the
Mhm.
concept and now you have to implement the additional assumptions of yours. And
Right.
there were few questions, numerical questions were extremely easy. It's like
Okay.
you just have to find the mean and variance. That's it. And
Okay.
there were few questions of calculation which were extremely tough as well. Which
Mhm.
you wouldn't. There was a question which I was not able to signify that from which chapter it is. But later on, I
Mhm.
found it. But it was like it was a very tough questions. Few means in numerical part there were some questions which were extremely easy, some are middle, and some are highly tough questions. So it
Okay.
was like
It was a
combination of
mix.
all
It
these
was a
things. So
mix
it
of
was like
everything. Now, the success
yeah.
primarily relies on if you're able to understand which question to pick and which question to leave at the end, so that you can give the last 20-15 minutes for those tough questions which you could not pick up in the initial part.
Yeah.
Right. So, and also when you were solving, you solved directly from the first question, or did you use some other approach? Because it was a paper pencil exam, right?
Basically, at first I thought I should start from the very end question. So it's like I went to the last question and I found it very difficult. So it was like, no, I would not start from there. Then
Okay.
I jumped again from the start one and I started approaching from there. And it was like because the starting questions for me, it was I was able to do them. So
Okay.
that's why I started doing that, and in between it was like my intention was entirely this, that in within first 2 hours I just have to do only those questions which I'm able to just get through a clip.
Hmm.
And it
Okay.
was like I did the same way, and it's like after 2 hours entire question paper was done, but most of the questions I haven't done. It's like I have already done 50 questions approximately, 50
Right. Because those
questions
50
or like
questions,
less than that one.
yeah, because those
Yeah.
50 questions you were very confident, so you did that in the first
Yeah.
2 hour properly. Perfect. That's a
And
good
then again,
approach.
I went because you have also told us that when will you give the examination, just mark the questions which you have done or which you didn't done. So it was like I have did a particular type of a marking, and according to that, I went to those questions which I haven't done. Then
Hmm.
I used my thorough assumptions on that, and then thorough, and it was like in the last 15 to 20 minutes, only those 10 questions or 15 questions were left, which were like
Right.
I have no idea from where they are.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Now, coming to the solving part. So when you saw the pattern of the exam questions, did you found the the mixing of questions were there? For example, uh, easy, 2-3 easy questions, then again 2-3 difficult question, 2-3 easy question, like that, so that you're not able to solve it in a one go primarily. So something like that was
Yeah.
there in the exam.
Yes, sir. In the exam, it was like they began with a very simple question. It was I felt the first question very easy, and after that, it was like they jumbled all these things, and it was like while giving the examination,
Hmm.
I was thinking that they hadn't given most of the part of book one. But at the end of the day, while discussing questions with among my friends, they were saying that they were there. It was like I didn't feel that, but it was like very. The questions were in such a way that you won't able to predict that from where it is. So it's like
Hmm.
if you have a thorough knowledge of all the books and all the concepts over there, then you will be able to give a
Connect.
calculative assumptions and properly assume that this will be the answer, and this is the thing which it is asking. That's why it was that's the approach. And regarding the questions
Hmm.
level of toughness and all those things, it was like the way you said, somewhere it is very tough and somewhere where it is very easy, so it was like jumbled type of a thing. They didn't allotted any
Right.
sections that 25 questions will be easy, then this. It's not,
Mm-hmm.
it was not like that. It was just
Okay.
easy, tough, easy, somewhere like that.
Okay. And also when you were preparing, when you were solving question bank in practice, so you were timing your questions, every question 2 minutes. Was that the strategy that you used?
Basically, I thought that I would do that strategy according to you, which you told me, and I tried mostly for doing that 2 minutes thing. And but most of the time, I used to get failed because of that timing thing, because
Mm.
I was not able to solve. And in while doing the question bank which you have provided, was like I was only able to score very less amount of numbers. It's like the
Because of the two
correct
minute
questions.
2 minute guideline. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
because of the 2 minute hunch, I was not able to crack that particular question, that time gap, and I was just like, okay, let this be the answer, let this be the answer. So that's why I was not able to get a good score over there. So that's why I was very afraid, and that's why I called you in the 11th hour as well, which you properly guided me. So it was like that only.
Okay. Okay. Great. And when you completed the exam, so was there any number that you had in mind? Okay, I will get this much right at least. Any specific number that you thought? Or what was your feedback after the exam? What happened?
uh, After the exam, I was very shocked because because it was like I gave the entire exam and I was not sure that I would able to crack it or not. It was like that because
Mm.
when I was doing, because the exam was having too many theoretical questions. It's like 60% of the questions were theory, and most
Mm.
of which were in from the book one, which was my weakest point in
Right.
entire books. So it was like I was feeling in very troublesome thoughts that those questions which I did from the book one were correct or not. And other than that, other questions which were from book two, book three, and book four questions were too. I was like extremely sure that they
You will
will
be
be
getting it.
correct, no doubt in that. But book one, just save me in book one. It was like that for me.
Okay. Okay. And now,
That's
so
why
like,
I got the least percentile in that particular book.
okay. Okay. But in book 3 and book 4, your preparation was very good. So it basically helped you to
Yeah.
clear the exam. And when you cleared the exam, what was there any change in the way people saw you, or basically the recognition or perception about you in your company, or for example in your friend circle? What was there any change that you saw?
Basically, post doing this FRM thing,
Mhm.
like I was being seen by my friends as well, because I didn't told anybody that I'm doing this particular course and I'm approaching towards it. So after doing it, it was like, and after cracking, means after just when the result came out, then
Mhm.
after that I updated my CV and updated my profile in my bank as well, and let to know my seniors as well. Then after that, I got a special recognition that they said in such a way, "Oh, you did that. That's a very tough particular course, and it was like
Okay.
very good." And they gave me a special recognition after that. It's like that.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, great. Now, if somebody who is preparing for this November exam or preparing for next May exam comes to you and asks you three things that you should ideally tell them about the exam, or how should they prepare, what would be that three things? Any idea?
Basically, first I would like to tell them that they have to complete the course entirely within the time frame. It's like the 6 month is the time frame which you have, and in
Mhm.
that within that 6 months you have to complete the entire course within 4 months.
Mhm.
Once at least with thorough, means it's like 2 months for the entire course, just like jumble reading. Just you are
Right.
reading, and the next 2 months you can do that with doing practice questions as well,
Right.
questions, everything. Means it's like 4 month time frame. You have to completely make yourself ready that after 1 month, means
Mhm.
4 plus 1 month, you can appear for the exam.
Right.
It's like if you think that exam is tomorrow, then you will prepare it much better way than comparing that, yeah, abhi to time hai. not in that particular
Okay.
manner. So it's
Right.
like that. So 4 months you have to complete the entire syllabus, and the last 5th month you have to thoroughly go doing the revisions, and in the last 6 months you will do the all the questions and these mock tests, and from wherever you got the mock test, as
Mhm.
you also provided me, and GAP also provides. So it's like you have to complete those things. You have to got a thorough analysis of that, and
Right.
it was like that for this thing,
Okay.
for
Great.
attempting. And one more thing, it's like most of the people say that they don't have time while doing their job. So it's not like
Mm.
that. You have to make your time. You have the entire night, just use it,
Perfect. Perfect. Great. And also,
because I did that.
great, right. So, see, being a working professional, I know and I can understand that time might be a constraint, but this is your career, your future that you want to build up. So, definitely, you'll have to put in some time or towards this, right? Now, one more thing which I would like to say that okay, when you must have heard that like you said, the FRM exam was is tough exam. When you started your preparation, people told you about this, right? Now, when you completed this entire preparation and you now cleared it, what is your thought process on that? How should you go about doing the FRM course, or what is it actually true that it's very tough like that?
Basically, if I would say, as I had done a severe type of a practice for this particular course and studying, so I would not say that it's a very tough if you study wisely, but
Hmm.
it is tough. It's not like that it is not tough, but if you just have to do thorough, means you have to go intense towards that. Yeah, I have to do it, and it is my thing, and I can do it. Then
Right.
only you can be able to crack it. It was not like, yeah, ye bahut hi hua hai. It's not, it was not like that. It is very it is very good. Matlab, it was you can achieve it by giving a proper, means you have to give 2 to 3 hours
Structured
every day,
preparation and so on.
structured practice and structured disciplined practice and disciplined studying. You have to do it. It was just like that. I did that only,
Right. Right.
and that's the entire thing.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you very much, Deepak, for putting your time and putting your efforts for to making this entire interview successful. And I'm sure a lot of students who are planning to go for this exam in the near future, working professionals also working from the banking side, would learn a lot from this interview and would learn from your experience of giving the exam, because they have so many smaller doubts which which hinders them from giving the exam. Okay, so I'm very sure that this entire thing will help them a lot. And especially thank you again for giving us your time to, and the entire explanation that you said about the entire thing, the exam preparation, the exam day. This is going to be very helpful for them. Thank you very much, Deepak, for the same. And we wish to see you in the future sessions also of our
So your
organization.
sir, last part was just
I said,
blurred because of the connection.
thank you very much for your time, Deepak. And this interview is going to be very, very helpful for all the students who are going to be prepared for the exam. Your journey is going to be helpful, and especially you being a working professional, your experience will be helpful for them. So thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very
Thank
much.
you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Perfect.